the community may be a little bit disappointed. And we're going to cover everything that happened with Kraken over the weekend versus the SEC. And of course, Telegram, because Telegram is a messaging app that offers privacy to an extent. And there is a token affiliated with it, but more so everybody and their mom is on Telegram if you're in crypto. Everybody is. And also too, Telegram is actually a pretty great tool that you can use, like a messaging app you can use if you want to communicate with somebody who is overseas. Anytime I go overseas, I use Telegram. It makes things easier. All I need is Wi-Fi. But anyways, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how this could impact the Ton blockchain, just pretty much everything. It's been a pretty hectic weekend. Also, too, I think Bitcoin is still trading decently. I think we got a close over 64,000 on the weekend, which was good. But let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, good morning to Alexandra, to Martin, and of course, to John. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. A lot of things happening. We got to chat to. You're interested in trading? Well, we do light TA on this show. I don't have any groups or any of those things, but we're going to do the best that we can, So let's first get into the first part of our news segment. First and foremost, we'll talk about Cardano. Because there was a major update that I think is a chain upgrade that we had talked about last week that was supposed to happen last week, but then it got delayed. And Tron has went higher as far as rankings go on CoinMarketCap. We are currently at number 9. I think yesterday we were at number 10, and we kind of threw Cardano out of the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. So Tron's number 9. Toncoin is number 10. Cardano is now number 11th. Avalanche is number 12, and Shiba Inu is number 13. I think Shiba Inu has some sort of update. Some DAO that's happening. We might discuss that. I'll have to check. But right now, Solana is still sitting at number 5, BNB number 4. And I think that part of the reason why this happened is because of the announcement that Mr. Charles H said. So the magic of deadlines is that people who aren't taking upgrades seriously suddenly say, darn, we got to get moving. When they get moving, we converge quickly. It looks like Binance and a few others needed more time to get their houses in order, so the rocket is going to wait on the pad another epoch for whether to get better. Next chain hard fork window, September 1st. So what does this mean? So basically, we're supposed to have a chain upgrade for Cardano, but it got delayed. And Charles H is saying that it had to do with a couple other parties. Either way, one thing I will say about upgrades is, and anytime there's any type of tech that's involved, these things do take time. Do you guys remember Ethereum, the Ethereum merge? It took so long for it to finally merge over. So long. Like people were waiting and it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. So like a week delay isn't bad, in my personal opinion. And I guess people are upset about it. They're like, why is this happening? Why is it taking so long? When you're doing tech stuff, when you're doing dev work, it takes a while to get things to work properly. You're dealing with a lot of moving parts. So I don't really have an issue with it. But anyways, if you don't know what chain is, it moves Cardano into its Voltaire era and introduces decentralized governance and on-chain voting, which should make Cardano a little bit more decentralized. I do hold Cardano, and I've got some of those NFTs as well. So we do cover it on the show. So it seems like a lot of people are a little bit upset about this, but that happens. It literally happens. I don't know any project that says they're going to launch on a certain date and actually does. I mean, I'm sure there's some cases where they do, but at the same time, like we're talking about all these small businesses, and then we're talking about something as big as Cardano, like they have to work with the exchanges and they have to work with a lot of different other parties involved. So I don't think this is bearish. I think this is totally fine. I don't have an issue when it takes extra time for tech to end up playing out, because we want to make sure that it's done properly, right? Right? I think so. I'm going to agree with myself today. Also, make sure to like and share this. Now let's get into the whole Telegram debacle. So Telegram says it's compliant with EU Digital Services Act after founder Pavlo Durov's arrest. The company says it has nothing to hide as Toncoin's losses subside. So let's go ahead and cover some of the details what happened this morning. So Durov is the CEO of Telegram, and he was arrested at a French airport due to criminal complaint regarding the platform's moderation practices. The specific charges were unclear. This is a news story that occurred earlier, but now we do have an update on some of the charges, which we will cover. Telegram called it absurd to hold a platform or its owner responsible for criminal acts organized or published on the platform. Russian embassy in France requested clarification from authorities and access from Durov. France is not cooperating, and Durov remains in custody. So let's talk about this. This is very similar to the Tornado Cash, to Samurai Wallet, to mixing services, to Silk Road, except it's happening in another country. Well, the tornado cash is also happening in another country. So basically, this person, he created a app and they do not like what it's doing. And they're saying there's criminal activity that does occur on that app and they're blaming him for other people's behavior. And again, that's absolutely ridiculous. To me, if you create something and someone decides to use it for bad, that's not the creator's fault. The creator didn't create it for that intent and purpose unless they have proof that they did. And them saying, oh yeah, this is great to practice X, Y, and Z crime. I don't think he did that. So unless they have that, it's not really his fault. The same thing with Ross. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. Because again, you can use that argument for many different things. You can say, okay, well, you were the creator of X and person Y did something bad, so you should be in trouble. How about people just stop doing bad things? How about people just get their act right? How about with those activities, with those illicit activities, with those bad activities, how about your jurisdiction makes more fierce laws to stop that bad behavior from happening? How about that? Do we ever think about that? What happened in society where we're holding other people accountable for someone else's bad actions? Where? Why are we doing that? Because that seems to me what's happening. I use Telegram for messaging. I'm not doing anything illegal or illicit on it, and I know most people aren't. Are there bad actors? Yes. Will there always be bad actors? 100%. Also, too, this is a bit of a rumor. Well, actually, let's get into, yeah, it's over here. So this is from Mr. Mario. Official charges released for Pavel, up to 20 years if convicted. French authorities list 12 charges against Telegram CEO, arrested in Paris on August 24th, including complicity in the child P word, the narcotics distribution, and organized fraud. So these are all of the charges that they are being getting in trouble for. Do I agree with him being do I agree with him being arrested for these things? No. Do I think some of these things are absolutely horrible, and are some of these things a hill that something that I cannot operate in a true decentralized economy with? Yes, 100%. But at the same time, unless there's messages from him saying, I'm creating this app so that we can facilitate these types of bad things, it's not his deal. It's not his deal. The people that are doing these things, they need to be held accountable. And that's my problem with it. And we see this happen time and time again, is that we have these laws that get these people in trouble, but the penalty isn't harsh enough, in my personal opinion. Because if they were a lot more harsh, these people probably wouldn't do these terrible things. So whose fault is it really? Well, it's a person that's committing these heinous things, but at the same time, why are you punishing somebody else for someone else's bad behavior? Yep. So that's just my opinion. I do think that speech is important. I think that what they try to do is they try to use things that could potentially facilitate free speech to kind of go after the rest of the people and use those as examples when it shouldn't be. So that's my thoughts on that. Also, too, this is a rumor. A rumor. Was it this one or this one? So apparently this is a rumor that this person over here, this girl, was the one that got him in trouble, supposedly. I don't know if I believe that or not. I would need more information. But apparently Durov was with a crypto coach and streamer, Yulia, during his trips to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Azerbaijan. Apologies, I'm very bad at pronouncing. She was with Durov at the time of his arrest until August 24th. Velova had been actively sharing photos on social media from Durov's private jet and various locations he visited. Is it really her that's in trouble, or that got him in trouble? I don't know. Just from reading this, I don't think so. I think it's just the crypto community and just other people that are blaming other people for different things. And I don't know. I don't necessarily think that she had anything to do with it, but who knows? I wasn't there. Also, the statement from Tron, which is essentially affiliated with Telegram. Following the recent news related to Telegram's founder, Pav Durov. We want to assure everyone that the Ton community remains strong and fully operational. As a community committed to freedom of speech and decentralization, we stand firmly by him during this challenging time. He has been a dedicated advocate for these values, and we believe his efforts to promote an open and decentralized internet will continue to inspire millions. The Ton community remains focused on our mission, and we will continue our work to uphold these principles globally. We encourage everyone to stay calm, united, and keep building as we navigate the situation together. So that's what essentially came out regarding Ton. And then other people kind of chimed in. This looks like this is the president of France over here. He said, I have seen false information regarding France following the arrest. France is deeply committed to freedom of expression and communication. I don't believe that they are. To innovation in the spirit of entrepreneurship, it remains so. In a state governed by the rule of law, freedoms are upheld with legal framework, both on social media and real life, to protect citizens and respect for their fundamental rights. It is up to the judiciary and full independence to enforce the law. The arrest of the president of Telegram on French soil took place as part of an ongoing judicial investigation. It is no way a political decision. It is up to the judges to rule on the matter, which I disagree with him 100%. This 100% seems very weird and bizarre. And I do not think, I don't think he should have been in trouble. I think what they should do, and I don't understand why they don't do this more. Why don't they use these types of tools to catch these people that are doing the bad stuff? They're so concerned about catching the child P people, the bad people, and the people that are selling the illicit substances and all of these other things. Why don't they use that as a tool to catch those bad people? Because they don't want to. That's why. Why would they? Why would they? They do it with other organizations and they do it with other things. Am I condoning that behavior anyway, shape, or form? No. It's wrong. But you know what? We need to kind of do better on especially that one. But why would they? And of course, Mr. Justin Sun has entered the room. We should show the cryptocurrency industry's unity by organizing Free Pavel DAO to help Telegram founder legally gain freedom. I'll donate 1 million if it's created in a decentralized way with enough community support. And then, of course, Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, says El Salvador is not only the safest country in the Western Hemisphere, but we also guarantee that you won't be arrested, censored, or have your arrest seized for exercising your right to freedom of speech. There is no property tax. Another thing that was very interesting that he said here is that you won't be arrested or censored for freedom of speech, but at the same time, he will go after you if you're doing something that's bad, that's harming the babes or harming innocents. And that's exactly what needs to happen. And I remember I had talked about moving to possibly relocating to El Salvador, and I had a bunch of idiots on crypto Twitter like, you would never last there, blah, 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 blah. And look at how wonderful El Salvador is now. But anyways, I don't know. It's very interesting that they wanted to ban TikTok, and now they're probably going to ban Telegram, and they're going to continue to go down the list. Elon Musk is there, so we'll see what happens. But very, very interesting, eventful weekend with this. And unfortunately, that's just the way the things work. Now let's take a look at the crypto markets and see what we missed this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the screen. Ta-da! So this is going to be the weekly. Weekly, everything looks absolutely wonderful. Popcat is up 80%, IMX, Render, C, Matic, Floki. I'm going to get some more information for you guys. Regarding the Matic Polygon migration to Pole, we'll get into that. If you have it on Coinbase, it should migrate it for you as it is. I'm also going to put a video out about AI tokens later on. But taking a look at TradingView, let's just do a quick overview of the markets. Bitcoin is now trading at about $63,000. So people that shorted yesterday, which I didn't, I'm not doing that right now. Congratulations. Now taking a look at Miss B, this is going to be the daily chart. So yesterday on the weekly, we closed at about $64,000. We did get a swing wick high to 65,000, and we're just having a little bit of a rejection here, and we're heading down. This is actually positive to me. It would be nice for us to kind of subside a little bit about 61 and continue to consolidate really in this area between 58 and about 64. It would be nice if we could get a tight consolidation range between about 61. Taking a look at the 4-hour looks extremely toppish. We might possibly retest 64, 65, but I do think that we may continue to consolidate in this range. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's what happens. As far as Ethereum goes, Ethereum did hit a swing wick high of about 2,800, and we are heading down. We'll probably bounce here to about 26, 25, and hopefully start to retest some of these upper areas. If not, just expect some more consolidation between 25 and 28. And then as far as Solana goes, Solana actually had a really nice move up to about 162, broke out of our range, and now it's heading back down. So that's kind of what's going on with her and that, back in my little buy range over there. So markets are just kind of chilling and doing their thing. And as far as ETFs go, Bitcoin ETFs logged 250 million in net inflows. And this was the highest since July after rate cut signal at Jackson Hole, because apparently there is going to be some rate cuts. Trading volume for the 11 ETFs hit 3.12 billion, and it was the highest since July 19th. Now let's get into a recap of what happened with Ripple, or excuse me, not Ripple, but Kraken. So Stuart Alroy said, another court, this time Kraken case confirms there's no such thing as crypto asset security. Bad news for the SEC, whose entire regulation by enforcement strategy hinges on that failed premise. So basically the SEC is going after Kraken. Oh, there I am. I got to put myself back in there. So apparently the SEC is going after Kraken. And basically what that means is that they're saying you're selling unregistered crypto asset securities on the secondary market. And they listed like 11 crypto assets. Cardano was one, Solana was one, but they're like, you can't do this. But do you think Kraken would have listed these crypto asset securities if they knew that they were crypto asset securities? No, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. So then becomes a big problem with the SEC in this case. So the case focuses on whether 11 tokens traded on Kraken are securities. Cardano, Algo, Atom, File, Flow, ICP, Mana, Matic, Near, OMG, and Solana. SEC claims they're investment contracts. And all that happened is the judge denied Kraken's motion to dismiss the lawsuit, the SEC's lawsuit against them. And the judge found that the SEC's argument, the crypto tokens sold on Kraken's platform, could be classified as investment contracts to be acceptable. So basically, they just dismissed it, and they're going to need the SEC to come up and provide more information. This is what they're going to need to do. This supports the SEC's view that these tokens might be regulated securities. Great. So prove it. And the judge noted complexity of conflicting crypto case law due to SEC's inconsistent regulation, which is a positive thing that they said. The SEC has been completely inconsistent. And again, I think most people, myself included, we just want to know what we can and we can't do. That's it. And we'll do it. The case will move to discovery, focusing on whether the tokens were traded as securities. And the judge did align with reasoning from Ripple case on multiple points, which is a good thing. And I told you guys how important the Ripple case was to the entire crypto industry, especially in the United States of America. Now, meme coins. So Shiba Inu avails plans to launch a DAO. Their marketing head shared plans for a DAO that will allow SHIB holders to have a say in the future direction of the meme coin project. Cool. So if you are a Shiba Inu holder, this is good for you. You get to vote on things and you get to have a say. And also, too, we do have to cover the multiple token unlocks that are happening this week. So let's go ahead and discuss it. I've got a little list here that makes it easier for me to go through. So Yield Games, YGG, Singularity Net, Optimism, Prime, DYDX, Sui, Zetachain, and Athena. All these locks are happening from August 27th, which starts tomorrow, to September 1st. And I think September 1st is Sunday. So if you have any of these tokens, I probably would pay attention, because if you want to accumulate more, you might get some really great prices. If you want to take profit, you might want to do that prior to these unlocks. It really kind of depends up to you. So yeah. But anyways, that is the show for today. I've got quite a bit of paperwork I have to catch up on this week and whatnot. Also, I have a video dropping later for you guys about AI tokens, probably about 3 p.m. I'm going to make some TikToks, some content. I just got some stuff to catch up on. And of course, my baby's back at school. When your kids are back at school, that means that there's extra things that need to be done. Like we have additional reading we have to do at night, plus more spelling words. I actually have to go to the store and buy more flashcards because I'm out. And do all those things. Plus, I'm out of toothpaste, which I'm never out of toothpaste, and Sprouts is having a sale. So I have to mosey on down to Sprouts, go buy a bunch of toothpaste because it's buy one, get one free. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all later. And shout out to SQUIDGROW, of course. Bye-bye. All right. So there was a